How can I discard file change from fugitive status window? When in the fugitive plugin status window, accessed using column git, it's possible to diff changes for a file using D and toggle files for commit using. Is there any similar shortcut for discarding changes? With the discard I mean the equivalent of git checkout, file name, update. Found a feature request on Fugitive's GitHub page issue number 97, shortcut to checkout / remove files. According to that, the preferred way is using column grade, column W. Update 2. Since June 2014 it's possible using you as answered by Anson below. Update 3. Since January 3, 2019 the key binding is mapped to X.
As of 2019, this functionality is mapped to X. Here's what column H fugitive staging maps says about it. For historical context, this functionality was added in June 2014, and was by default mapped to U. Feature request and discussion. This URL. Commit. This URL.
You can use fugitives grade command to replace the contents of a buffer with various alternate versions of the buffer's file, i.e. this must be done from a files buffer, not from the column status buffer. Column grade, with no argument, will use the version of the file from the index. Column grade will use the version of the file from the head commit. See the documentation at column help fugitive revision for the list of other revision specifications that fugitive supports. The two above are probably the most immediately useful ones. The column grade workflow proceeds like this. Column grade. Fugitive clears the current buffer and reads in the contents from the index. Result: the buffer now has the same contents as the index. The working tree file is not changed. You can follow up with column W to save the file to the working tree, or use column grade vertical bar W if you know that you will want to save it right away. The column git checkout % workflow proceeds like this. Column git checkout % git copies the version of the file in the index to the file in the working tree. Vim notices that the file has been changed outside the editor and prompts you to ignore or reload it. You tell Vim to reload the file. Result: both the working tree file and the buffer now have the contents from the index. Summary: column grade avoids the file has changed since editing started prompt and lets you decide when you want to modify the file in working tree. When the buffer represents an index stage of the file instead of the file from the working tree, column grade reads from the contents of the file as it exists on disk in the working tree instead of stage 0 of the index.
Mapping fork status to revert file. Though it's got nothing to do with Vim, thought of telling you that I sometimes do. Finishing the job quickly.
If you want to support the channel, please consider